everybody, and welcome to the Table Tokens live stream. We have been rejoined by Sydney and Cam, so thank you, thank you two for being able to make it tonight. Next week might be a little iffy because they're moving, so fingers crossed. If everything goes well, they will be here. If not, best of luck. Moves are super stressful. So,
yes, they are.
A brief recap for Sydney and Cam, and for anybody who wasn't able to watch last week. So the party continued through the fourth room of the area, the one with the statues holding the weapons. They took a few of the weapons, entered into another one of the foyers with the 4 dragon statues and murals on the wall. After which they entered a room with a pit and a rushing river of water. Now they found that they had to pull levers to open up the lock on the door on the opposite side of the room. The first lever started water rushing down the walls, forcing some of the party to take a strength check, and several got swept over the edge and started taking damage in the crushing river underneath. The second lever was even worse, as the whole room was plunged into complete darkness and complete silence.
Cool.
Fortunately, Helen was a warlock who could speak telepathically and can see in complete magical darkness, which totally saved the party's bacon. So Helen was able to save the day as the whole party made a valiant effort.
While she was drowning, I might add.
While she was drowning, they were able to get the fourth lever pulled. That's where we enter, as they have entered another room, which I briefly described at the end of last section, but I will re-describe now. So, party, you find yourself in a room that's about 30 feet high, and it is nearly pitch black. Oddly enough, even those of you with dark vision find yourselves unable to see much detail. You do notice that in the center area here of the room, there's a portcullis right here, almost a vault area with an altar in the middle. And there are 2 large stone buttons, as you can see, each having about a 10-foot diameter and reaching about 15 feet into the air.
Those are really big.
A big button.
And
very big.
With the start, Helen will turn to Brielle and say, Brielle, I happened to acquire this longsword that you may be of use to.
Oh,
and she proffers a Dragon Slayer longsword. I would be willing to trade it for a spell storing glove for use until I can no longer use it, which at the rate we're going should be no more than a couple weeks.
That sounds like a fair trade.
For the gauntlet.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Add a Dragon Slayer longsword to your inventory. Remove your spell storing glove. I'll add a spell storing glove to mine.
Okay, going right now.
Did I take any damage, or do we take a long rest? Or?
No, Sildar was actually no damage. Sildar was a tank. Due to your high strength saving throw, you really helped out the party in the last room.
And did I
believe Matthias, no, actually, you passed your strength saving throws too. Matthias was able to use Sildar as a ballast of sorts, as a counterweight to rope down and save some of the party.
Yeah. I don't know where he just went.
Sorry,
Did you
what?
hear that?
No, I missed
you
that.
saved the day. One more time. He'll
Sorry, I walked away.
No worries. You saved the day. You and Matthias together really helped out. I think in the end it was Artemiles pulled a lever, Helen pulled a lever, and I think Matthias pulled a lever too, if I recall correctly.
I pulled the lever that closed more bars, so I pushed it again, and more bars went away.
Oh yeah, you got the first lever.
That's right. Matthias found out how the door worked.
And let's see. The only thing left, I think, is do we still have the 2 zombie hellhounds? They're not on the map.
That is true. They are not on the map because I forgot to put them on the map.
We neglected them. I don't know that they would have survived the water thing, but I guess we could make rolls for that.
I didn't, if I remember correctly, but this was 3 weeks ago. I thought one of them died, didn't they?
Yeah, but we had you make another one because
we figured you would
do.
Okay, yeah, that is exactly what I would do, but I'm just making sure because it's the last time I was around. So
we're gonna give you a little. We're gonna give you a little space from the rest of the party, so you can be flanked by your 2 zombie dogs.
Yay. My puppy.
Okay, there we go. So you are in this room, nearly pitch black. The 2 gigantic buttons sticking out of the ground. What would you like to do?
I want to push the button.
Helen is going to advance forward to about here, sit down, and cause her eyes to glow with detect magic, and just kind of look around, and then begin to take a short rest while she's contemplating everything that's going on.
Okay, Sildar, you were going to go press a button.
No, I was gonna send my dogs, my puppies, to go push each button, to go sit on them.
Okay, they go. They can't. Well, make an athletics check for them. Let's see if the zombie dogs can get up on top of the buttons.
I need to open. What is it? They don't have any bonuses for.
No.
A 6?
It kind of makes half-hearted leap attempts, whines a little bit, nuzzles at the button. It does not budge one bit.
Darn. Can I roll for the other guy?
Sure, roll for the other guy.
That was supposed to be
4?
Oh god.
Even worse, he kind of just stumbles up and bumps into the button a couple of times, bumps into the wall, waves back and forth. Yeah, nothing.
I roll my eyes and say pointless puppies.
Yeah. How high are the buttons?
15 feet tall, with a rounded top.
Let's see. I will turn to the group and say, does anyone want to try for the other? They probably have to be pushed at the same time.
I'm tall. I'll try for the other.
I'm gonna
what
walk
kind of magic
around
do
the
I
button
see?
on the right. Just
The whole room is almost emitting a blinding amount of magic. So much so that if you want to stay with detect magic long enough to try to get a glimpse of the of what it is, you will have to make a Constitution saving throw to avoid temporary blindness.
Yeah, no, I'm going to drop it. My Constitution saving throws are bad.
It is a very magical room.
All right.
Can I have
I announced
control
that to the-
over my puppies?
What? Oh, yes. That's. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, puppy 1 and puppy 2. Okay. So are you guys going to try to press it down?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to press this one.
Okay.
I'll use Step of the Wind and jump to the top of it.
Oh, I
Both
think
of you make strength checks, not saving throws, just general checks.
No, just no. I just had it open on a different thing.
Thank you. 1 second, I want to check something real quick.
13 with the -1.
Okay.
Can I use Misty Step to get up there?
Yes, you can.
Awesome. Okay.
By the way, as you go deeper into the room, the door vanishes.
Oh, fun.
Oh, never mind. I think I'm out of spell slots. I'm sorry. It's been 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm warming up.
No worries.
I just had a thought. Do you think there's anything in the book that talks about maybe 2 white pillars? 2 white buttons?
You still have first level spell slots, but you don't have any second or third level.
Yeah, I don't have Misty Step as a first level spell. It's a second level spell.
Who's got does Artemilli still have the book?
Yeah, when Matthias
Okay.
asks for that, I can't read it, so I don't want to get down because I don't want to have to get back up.
I'll come over here and catch the book.
Okay.
Okay. I will reach down as far as I can because it seems like an old book, and then I will drop it.
Okay.
The last.
I'll use Mage Hand to pick it up.
Seems easy enough. Matthias, you will need to make an investigation check in the book. In the meantime, Brielle, your strength roll.
I'm going to come over and use guidance on Matthias.
Matthias can't read the book though.
No, I cannot. I was just going to say that.
Oh.
I'll use.
Oh,
All right.
12.
Helen will ask if she can. Matthias, can I see that book?
so
Yep. And I'm
as
gonna
you
use
are both
Bardic Inspiration on
jumping,
you.
as you're both jumping around these plates and trying to
And I'm
pull
using
them
guidance
down,
on
trying to
myself.
push the triggers down, they don't budge a single inch. They don't move one bit.
Maybe I'm not heavy enough.
Ichabod's going
Matthias?
to walk and look under the buttons to see if there's, and around them to see if there's something there.
What is
Make an investigation check, Ichabod.
what is your bardic inspiration die?
I believe it's a D8. Let me double check that. Yes, it is 1D8.
Oh, that's 16.
Okay, so you're sure that these can depress? They can move down into the ground, but
Wow.
that's a very impressive roll on Helen's part. Okay,
Wow.
Helen, you are 100% certain, without a shadow of a doubt, that there is nothing in this book that describes proper etiquette or what to do when you enter a room with an altar behind a portcullis and two gigantic buttons.
Sadly, I do not believe this book will be of much use to us in this.
Why can't you roll like that when we're fighing?
Right?
That's a really good.
Or making any check that would be helpful.
Ah,
Can I climb down from the button and check for traps around the room?
Yes, make an investigation check. Sildar, are you doing anything particular right now? 21. Okay.
Yes, I do have an idea. I kind of need my phone to be charged. It's not sure.
You can use my phone.
Okay, because I want to look at something. I think my best chance of one of these buttons is.
Well, while he's looking that up, did my checking investigation of 21 find any trap?
Ish. So what happens as you are going around the room, you get all the way around. So starting here, you work your way all the way around all the walls until you get to this wall over here, where you press against one section and the wall swivels. Turns around, Lazy Susan style. You find yourself looking at a small rectangular, small square box, about 1 foot by 1 foot.
I tell everyone to come look at what I found.
I'm going to come look at what
Helen,
she's
over.
found.
It's a
What
red
is
ruby chest.
So a small stone box about 1 foot by 1 foot,
Can I pull it
and
out?
it's about 2 inches deep.
I'll watch from the top of the button.
Sure, can
I'm
I
going
pull
to-
it out?
Flicker on detect magic and take a look at it.
Okay, it's magic. Yes, Brielle, you can pull it out. So you pull out the box.
Oh no.
Okay, now some stuff happens.
Oh no.
So, okay, you pull out the box. You hear the grinding of stone as, over on this side, a fairly large alcove opens up and is not big enough.
Oh,
A
good.
stone giant,
Crap.
large, huge gray figure, gray skin. You can see his eyes are pure white, but grabs onto the sides, pulls himself out of the alcove, looking around, listening closely. At this point, everybody needs to roll initiative because he's not friendly.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Check for traps.
Ooh, I got a good number, guys. Got a good
You did a really
Wow.
good check for traps. You found one.
24.
I mean, you did find a trap. Okay, let's.
Yeah, you did better than I did.
5.
Artemilius is 11.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Let's find out what this guy is. Okay, so.
My new dice did not work very well.
Okay, so I've been hearing a bunch of numbers, some very high, some very low. Anything above a 25?
not 25. I'm not that.
Between 20 to 25?
Yes.
I got 24.
Oh, okay. And Matthias, did you get 24 as well?
I got 22.
22. Okay. Anything between 15 to 20?
Ichabod got an 18.
Ichabod got
No,
an 18.
Ichabod got a 3.
Oh, dear.
The first roll was yours, Alina. It rolled twice for some reason. But
Oh,
the
okay.
18
That's a little bit better than a 3. Okay, anything between 10 to 15?
Artemiles has an 11.
We don't want to talk about it.
That bad, huh? What did Brielle get?
3.
Oh dear. What
You
did
have to get a 3 every single time.
what did Sildar get?
I got a 4.
Okay, well, Sildar, you're before Brielle. So
Together.
romantic at the end of the initiative order together. Oh, and for your zombies as well, they will need initiative.
Oh, yeah, that's right. 5?
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to hit a new
Okay.
D20.
There's no about it.
Oh, there's a 19.
19. That's a fast zombie. Okay, that's blue. Blue is the 19. Red is the 5.
Awesome.
Okay. So, Helen, you're up first.
Okay, what I'm going to do is
Run.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. From this point right here, I'm using minor illusion to make a sound of a shouting warrior.
Over here, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What is your spell save DC?
14. It's not
Okay.
terribly high.
I'll keep that in mind for his turn.
And then I'm going to very carefully move over here.
Okay. Are you trying to move stealthily?
Yes.
Okay, so if you're trying to move stealthily, you will be moving at half your movement speed, but you will get to roll a stealth check.
Okay, I can only move to there then. Natural 20. Wow.
Whew. Nice. Okay, so I'm just going to write that down there. Okay, Matthias, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm a dog. Okay, I'm going to use Mantle of Inspiration.
Okay. Everyone gets to move if they want to, up to their movement
I'm
speed.
gonna subtly, quietly.
So, with quietly, every time you move, you will need to make a new stealth check, and that'll be the DC for the giant. But you can move half of your distance and make a stealth check, or you can move your full distance.
Hey, question, Andrew. Would we get advantage because there was a loud warrior?
Not in this case. I have something else planned for that loud warrior sound, but good question.
Out of curiosity, with the Boots of Elvenkind, where I move legitimately silently, would I be able to move my full movement, or just use the advantage
with the
to do
Boots of Elvenkind, it would just be advantage with half movement. In this case.
I got a 14 on my stealth check.
Okay.
Question.
Mhm.
Sorry, quick question. Where am I at with my rage and wild shapes since last time?
You did not use a single rage or wild shape last time.
We were just there.
Sweet.
So Artemiles, are you just moving full tilt towards him, or was that with the?
That's half. That is
Okay.
half of my movement.
Okay.
And
it looks like 22.
22 on.
Okay.
You are stealthy. Much stealthier than I am.
Perfect.
Artemiles does like to take criticism, and he's been told to be more stealthy. So now he has a +8 from his rogue level. And advantage. So
Alright, so that was my bonus action. For my action, I'm going to hold an action to cast Dissonant Whispers if I see him about to attack someone.
Okay.
Ooh, good choice.
Perfect. Good to know. Is that all the movement?
Oh, and everyone gains 8 temporary hit points if I didn't say that earlier.
Oh, right. Oh, that's good. That actually puts me at 24 hit points.
Don't get hit, Helen. He's Oh yeah, don't get hit. Okay.
And I'm going to finish my... Well, no, I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to stay where I am.
Okay. That actually brings us up to his turn. He rolled a really nice initiative. Okay. He's going to take a step up this way, bring his great club up and straight down up here over where the sound was made. It does depress the trigger as it goes down, and then it comes back up. You don't notice any change or shift in the room when the trigger goes down.
That's unfortunate.
It probably has to be both. So.
Well,
And
there's only
that's-
one. Oh.
That's his turn.
The
It needs to be
cogs
two-sided.
just turned so hard in Matthias's head.
Clunk, clunk.
That brings us up to Blue Zombie.
What the heck? The blue zombie's just gonna run at him and use slam. 'Cause
Okay.
that's the only thing he can do.
Okay, make an attack roll for the Blue Zombie.
A really big 9.
Oh, the Blue Zombie lurches over and jumps right as the giant is raising his club. Unfortunately, the slam attack, which is a bite, it lunges forward with its fangs and sinks its teeth straight into a stone club.
Oh.
That brings us to Ichabod's turn.
Don't worry, he's dead, so probably didn't hurt that much.
True.
Remember
Ichabod, you there?
remember to hit your unmute button.
Still can't hear you, Ichabod.
Did we lose her? Oh, she's there.
Oh, nope. Still can't hear
You
you.
have to hit the unmute on your computer. Your trigger button.
No, nothing.
Go help her.
Huh.
Yeah, go save the day.
Technical difficulty.
Can you hear me
It's
now?
funny you said that.
Oh, yes, I can. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. All right.
Yay!
Awesome. So, what Ichabod is going to, in the spirit of being stealthy, cast Silent Image.
Okay. What image
Your
are you
silent
casting?
cast silent image.
What?
Do you cast silent image silently because you have that sorcery ability?
Probably not. This is Ichabod.
Okay. What image are you creating?
So I will. Well, I will just cast another image of myself closer to the giant.
Okay. So here is another Ichabod image right there. Silent image will make this one green and blue. Okay.
All right.
Anything else you're going to do, Ichabod?
So, and I think that's it.
Okay. So a second Ichabod appears, not emanating any sound, being completely silent. The giant does look up and its face turns in Ichabod's direction as she mutters the verbal part of the spell. It's also turned in the direction of the hellhound zombie that bit the club. So that takes us to Artemilis.
So I see his focus change when he hears the sound, but not necessarily sees the illusion. So I'm
Yes,
fairly
you
certain.
see his eyes are completely white. No pupils, no irises.
Okay, so hopefully I don't take too much of one for the team, but I am going to call out everyone to the other trigger, and then I am going to run and jump on the trigger in front that the giant just pressed.
Okay.
And
You're not. Are you trying to be stealthy, or are you just running?
I am yelling. I am trying to keep his attention.
Okay.
And then I am going to use a Kai to take dodge, and I'm going to ready my action to try to just jump out of the way when he swings.
Okay. His attention is definitely on you now. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to need to do some calculations here. Anyways, so that's the end of Artemili's turn. It is Red Zombie's turn.
Really, with a 5?
Yeah, that means you're
Yes.
Red Zombie's gonna run over to help Artemilius get his attention and try to jump up on the button too.
Okay, make an acrobatics check for Red Zombie. Well, actually, Red Zombie's able to make it, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Red Zombie's able to make it there, and then, yeah, so the acrobatics check is, okay.
Cool.
What do you
You
get?
want me to make that check?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me look at this. Okay. 12.
12. Okay. It tries. It makes it about 3/4 of the way up with a leap. Hasn't quite made it all the way up yet, but it's gaining purchase. It's finding. It seems to be adapting somewhat to its circumstances, to its surroundings.
That's good.
That brings us to Sildar.
Would I knowing my wild shapes, would I know offhand what is heavier, a lion or a tiger?
They're pretty similar weights as far as you know.
Okay. All right. Well then, let's see. Question. I'm going to turn into a lion.
Okay.
And I'm going to stealthily move towards the left button.
I believe lions are large creatures.
Yes, and I have a movement of 25, and if I'm going diagonally, it's...
Diagonal is just 5 feet per square.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we're going to get rid of that. And here you go. You are a lion.
Okay, so if I'm going diagonally, right, 5 feet per square, my movement is 50. So if I'm going stealthily, I'm trying to move half, right?
Yes. So you can move to about here, up into this area. This is as close as you could get, but you will need to make a stealth check.
Yeah.
Oh, are you going to try to stand with
Yeah. I have a stealth plus 6. Aha, 18 plus 6.
18 plus 6. Nice. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. Is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
Okay. Brielle, it is your turn. You are still holding the stone box.
I am going to put the stone box, open it. I'm afraid it's going to make things worse.
Do it.
I'm going to send a message to Helen and tell her to help me look for other traps for other things in the room for another possible dude that could slam on a button at the hypothetical same time as
Okay.
Dude A.
Right. Respond
And I'm going to again search the room, especially the middle area around where here is. Around
Okay.
here, where here
So
is.
were you opening up the box?
Sure, I'll open up the box.
Okay. Just have to know because that does influence what happens, or it might. Okay. So we'll say first thing Brielle does is Brielle opens up the box. You hear a grinding of stone from generally above you. As you look down into the box, you notice it's a little square. Seems to be stone on the bottom. You can see also there are two raised indent rounded areas that look surprisingly like smaller versions of these triggers. And there's a little section right in the middle-ish of right in towards the northern middle side of the box, a little fenced off area with a little tiny altar in the middle.
Push the buttons.
Yeah, can I push the buttons?
Artemilis, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh dear.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do it.
Oh.
Do it.
Oh,
It's okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay, Artemilis, you look up at just the last second as you see a gigantic finger come down from the darkness and impact onto the button. Both Sydney and Brielle, in fact, everyone looking at this button sees the same thing as two gigantic fingers come down from the sky and depress both of these buttons. There is a grating sound as this portcullis opens.
Oh, nice. Well done.
Yay.
The attention of the giant shoots up, and now it's looking at the portcullis
can I
that opened.
push the giant?
Yes, make an attack roll with advantage.
Wait, push the giant?
Yeah, like
with advantage. With advantage.
I know. I'm looking.
No, one more time. Roll one.
Oh, that's true. I'm warming up
Roll
my
the red
brain.
die, roll the red die.
Roll the red die. That's a good idea. Should I roll this die?
No, roll the red die.
Are you sure?
Work out to it.
Okay. I'm rolling the die that
Just
you
come
said
on,
to roll.
oh,
So
it's
if
not
this
my
doesn't
fault.
go well.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd it go? A 1.
So yeah.
Ooh!
9. The 9.
The 9
Okay.
plus.
The 9.
What was it? What was she rolling?
This was an attack roll.
Oh yeah. So with advantage would be 9.
Okay. You're having a hard time pinpointing exactly where the giant is. The finger comes down on top of the giant, the image right here, the silent image, and around the giant that's kind of like looking up in the air a little bit, looking around, swinging its club. Yeah, that's okay. That's the end of your turn. You're all watching these giant fingers come down from the sky, impacting the ground around the giant.
Oh my. All right.
So awesome.
All right.
I love. Can I keep
Give
my
it the
butt?
finger.
Can this be any room we go in?
No, stop.
You'll have to test it out in other rooms.
I will have to.
Oh, that does bring us, by the way, to Helen. Helen, your turn.
Helen will reply to the message and say, "Squash it like a bug," in Brielle's head. And then Helen will cast Hex on the giant
You know what happened?
and choose Wisdom as the ability
Okay.
that it will now take checks at disadvantage with.
Mhm.
And then Helen will Eldritch Blast the giant.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, that's a 15 and a 22.
So the 22 does hit. The 15 goes just over its shoulder and impacts the wall, knocking loose a large portion of stone, but roll damage for the 22.
All right, that's 11, 6 of which is necrotic.
11, 6 of which is necrotic. Okay. Gonna note that down. The blast impacts. The giant exhales a little bit. He looks angry. He looks very angry now.
And then
Good.
Helen will move up to here.
Okay, perfect.
Then became drum.
That brings us to Matthias. Your turn.
All right. I'm done with stealth. I'm just gonna run to the altar. 5, 10, 15 should get me there.
The giant probably can't fit in there.
Okay. Do you want to take some time to check the altar?
I do.
Okay, so that's going to be an investigation check.
Ah, crap. All right, here we go. Be good. 17.
17. Okay, you do find that there is a false bottom inside the basin in the altar, but that's all that you have time for on your turn.
Okay.
That brings us to the giant's turn. Its head turns a little bit as it hears the stone crash. It reaches behind it and throws a massive piece of masonry towards Helen. Now, it's just in Helen's general direction because it's blind.
Stop.
So, did I need to make a stealth check for the move after I attack?
Not for this one. You couldn't move far enough away to totally avoid its attention. It only rolled a 15 on its attack roll.
That's my armor class. That's more than my armor class.
Ooh, okay. So Helen,
my question, though, is it hitting the spot where I am, or is it making the attack at disadvantage?
Yeah, that was a disadvantage.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what this is.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Helen.
She is not insta-dead. Yay!
Helen, you send out the Eldritch Blast, hear a slight exhale, and about 3 seconds later, a massive piece of stone masonry comes flying towards you, catching you pretty much by surprise and dealing 30 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm unconscious.
Okay, you don't need to take the strength saving throw as Helen drops to the ground, unconscious. That's the end of the giant's turn. It can only make one rock attack. Okay, that brings us to the blue zombie.
The blue zombie is gonna do the same thing. He's gonna slam the giant.
Okay, make an attack roll with advantage because the giant is blind.
Ooh, it's on the ground. Trying again. 16.
16. That, unfortunately, just doesn't hit. The zombie lunges, gets close, but its teeth get stuck in some of the furs that the giant is wearing. Ooh, that's unfortunate. That does bring us to Ichabod.
Is going to you use firebolt on the monster.
Okay, make an attack roll with advantage.
23?
Roll damage.
She just come out, bro.
18.
18 points of fire damage. Okay.
That's fire, correct?
Yes. Some of its furs catch fire from the firebolt as the giant pats him out. Skin's just a little bit charred, but it still standing. Anything else you're going to do, Ichabod?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. That brings us to Artemiles' turn.
Okay, so let's see. I have my action, my bonus action, and my move. I'm going to do it in this order. As I'm walking the giant, I'm going to make an unarmed strike just to make sure he can't get an attack of opportunity on me.
Okay,
I know just in case.
Attack roll at advantage.
Oh, that was heavy damage.
16.
Unfortunately, you hit the giant's leg. It doesn't seem to do anything.
That's fine.
In fact, it doesn't even seem to notice.
That's good. Even better. I just needed to engage mobile. I will finish my movement by getting to the altar, and because this is Artemilius, he will look the altar over and make a religion check to see if he can figure out what the purpose of the object is.
Okay, that will be the rest of your turn. Make a religion check.
Nope.
It's got dragons on it. You're not sure. Kind of weird. That brings us up to Red Zombie's turn.
Red Zombie is going to. He's gonna go attack the giant. Try to keep him. Try to distract him from the other teammates.
Okay, make an attack roll with advantage.
17.
That just hits. Roll damage.
Where?
17 just hit.
17 just hits.
There it is. 6.
6. Okay. This time it sinks its teeth into the stone giant's thick flesh as the giant kind of shakes off the zombie a little bit. Its attention is now fixated on the little thing that bit it. That brings us to Sildar.
All right. I am going to. Do I have control?
Yes, you do.
Perfect. I'm going to back up and then take a pounce at the giant.
Okay, making.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, the red die. It goes really well.
8.
You do have advantage.
Yeah.
Oh,
roll
with
again.
advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, because it's blind.
No, 20.
20. Oh, that does hit. Okay, so with the claw attack, roll your damage.
Okay. 6 damage.
6 damage, and it looks like he has to make a strength saving throw.
Yep.
Okay. So let me take that roll real quick. What's the DC?
13.
13. Just a 13, just barely. He staggers back a little bit, which is impressive considering how small the lion is compared to the giant. But he stays on his feet.
Okay.
That brings us to Brielle's turn.
So where exactly? Never mind.
Sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
That was his question. Where I ended up.
Oh yeah, right here.
Backed up and then took a because I have to go 20 feet.
I'm going to use my box, and I'm going to reach in, and can I pick him up, or does my because they're smaller in the box?
Make an attack roll with advantage. And this you can use your spell attack modifier. Whatever modifier is the highest for your attack rolls, that's one that you get to use.
Nice.
Let me go look. Sure. Where would I find that? That?
Grab him and crush him.
Heck yeah.
It would be the same attack roll you make for regular spells.
18, 21, 22, 23, 24!
So what are you trying to do to the giant?
I'm picking up and I'm slamming him against the wall.
Okay. You don't even have to roll damage for this one. As she picks him up, 2 massive fingers come down, grab the giant, and smash him against the wall, where he sort of smashes and bursts like an overgrown mosquito. Yeah.
That's kind of disgusting.
There is now giant goop all over this wall. Brielle, you've got a little on your fingers when you pull it out of the box. There's like a little bit of red goop on your finger, just little tiny bit.
Lovely.
I am glad I'm not in that room.
That does end initiative order. Helen is on the ground, bleeding out slowly.
Oh yeah, go
I'll
for it.
make a death save.
Probably a good idea to go. for.
I pull out of my
Oh, that's a success.
And Matthias, just FYI, there are 3 potions of healing amongst other stuff that you see within this. Anyways, Leo, not Leo, that's my other campaign. Sildar, what are you doing?
I'm gonna pull out of my dragon form and run over and use healing word on.
You are a scholar and a gentleman.
Okay, we'll bring back your dragonborn form.
So yeah, 1d4 plus 2. Do I roll that or does he roll that?
You can go ahead and roll that. I'm unconscious. I can't do anything. So.
4 hit points.
4 hit points. Helen, the breath of life enters your lungs as you regain consciousness. You feel very battered and bruised and a little bit broken, but you're alive.
All right, that's a happy thing.
As you look over, it's impressive that you're alive because that piece of stone that he hurled at you was about 10 feet long by 5 feet wide. It was big.
I put my hand to my chest and I'm like, and I kind of like stagger back up against the wall. I look at Sildar, and in his mind I say, "Thank you." I know where the healing came from, and I look over at the stone, and I just kind of shake my head, and I look over at the giant corpse, the bits of it that are there, and I Eldritch Blast it just for good.
Okay, you don't even need to make an attack roll. The few intact bits are no longer intact. In the meantime, let's get to what you guys are finding within this altar real quick.
Sounds good. Matthias and I are looking at.
There are the 3 potions of healing, just regular potions of healing.
Yep, I took
There
those.
is also a carved stone hand wearing 1 ring on each finger and 1 ring on the thumb. One of the rings, it seems to be a black feather wrapped around a central band of gold. There's 1 ring that's a simple gold band set with a few brilliant blue sapphires. There's 1 ring that appears to be red-tinted steel engraved with swords. There's an ornate dark iron ring engraved with images of goblets and dining utensils. And there's a golden band with a hummingbird on top formed from emeralds, gold, and sapphires.
Interesting.
Oh, I also just realized. Wait, how long has it been? Shoot, they're probably no good by then. How long has it been since, like in game time, since we took that long rest where I made all
good
those
berries?
Those
Those are good for 24 hours.
Yeah,
so.
only been about 2 hours.
Oh, so I reach into my bag and I pull out all 10 good berries and I'll hand them to Helen with a little pat and walk away.
Helen will say, "Thank you," and she'll basically eat all 10.
She will be very full because you get full with 1.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
By the way, the altar also splits, and there is a staircase leading down. You can hear the sound of crashing water coming up from the staircase. It sounds like water is falling onto a floor.
I walk over A to find out if Helen is doing okay, and B to ask her to flip through the book and ask for guidance on any fingers wearing rings, the different significances that may come up.
Helen will look through the book for rings.
Make an investigation roll.
All right, I'm going to give myself guidance on this.
Go for 30.
See if you can top the last one.
Yeah.
That would need Matthias, but
right.
Plus 4. 24.
Okay, there's a lot of different stuff on rings and jewelry. Nothing about statues wearing rings.
I'm looking specifically for rings like the ones on the statue.
Oh, in the book?
Mm-hmm.
You find no specific indications of what any of these rings might be.
Okay, so let's go through them again, shall we? We've got.
I'll look at the rings with detect magic.
Okay, and the magical glow has subsided in this room to a great degree. Each of the rings is emitting a magical aura.
What kinds?
So one of the rings is abjuration. One of the rings is okay. Let me specifically find out what this is.
Helen will actually talk to the group and say, I believe it would help if we took a short rest here and attempted to attune to the rings and see what they are.
I'm up for that. I think that everyone could
I could use some more
stand to
spell
heal a
slots.
little bit.
I'll go ahead and start
Okay.
casting Liamon's tiny hut in the center of the room.
So the ring with the hummingbird is giving off abjuration. The ring with the black feather worked into it, is giving off a transmutation. The ring with the gold, sorry, not the gold, the red ring with the swords carved into it is giving off both a spell, both a transmutation and an enchantment aura. The dark iron ring with the goblets and the dining utensils is giving off an enchantment and a restorative aura. And then the last ring, the one with the gold band with the blue sapphires, is also an abjuration aura.
Helen's going to take a look at the one with the restorative aura and just kind of pick it, and then just kind of go over into a corner of the room and start contemplating. Sit over near the stone slab that nearly.
Okay.
Why don't you sit next to the blood and guts of the strong guy? Why do you do that? Why choose that side of the room?
So, unless
Helen
anyone
looks
else,
at Brielle a little dumbfounded.
unless anyone else,
blood and guts.
I see Ellen just pick up a ring and walk away, and I'm just like, okay. So I'm gonna pick up the gold ring and do the same
Helen will
thing.
say out loud.
Which gold ring, Matthias?
Isn't there
The one with
one?
the there are three rings. One of the ones has a central band of gold with the black feather around it. Then there's the gold one with the sapphires, and then the gold band with the hummingbird on top.
Sapphires.
Okay, so
that
the
black
sapphires.
feather scares me, so I'm just gonna stay away from that one.
yeah.
All right, I'm going to say out loud to everyone. I can't check all of these rings myself, but if we can all check these rings, pick up one, attempt to attune to it, and see if you can figure out what it is.
Artemiles will steer clear of the sword one, because of other things we've seen in the temple so far. But he will pick up which ones are left. The black feather.
The black feather and the hummingbird.
He'll take the black feather.
Okay.
I recommend you attempt to attune to the sword one and see if it will help.
I'll take the sword one.
Okay.
That leaves me with the hummingbird, I guess.
But
Or Ichabod, or whoever you want.
But if you want it, by all means,
I'll take the hummingbird.
take it. Cool beans.
Okay, and you're all going to attune to these items?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a couple of things. So I need to... Okay, so for Sildar and Helen, I'm going to add an item to your inventories, read the description, and that will instruct you in what potential ways to act. So, okay. So, Helen, I have just added a ring to your inventory.
Okay, let's take a look at my inventory.
Sildar, I'm adding one to yours as well. Okay, and that one is coming up soon. Okay, so Sildar, I have just added a ring to your inventory as well. Take a look, give it a read. Okay, so Matthias, you picked up the golden band with the sapphires.
Yes.
That is a ring of resistance to lightning damage.
Okay.
So it halves all damage you take from lightning.
Okay.
Artemiles, the ring with the black feather is a ring of feather falling. So as long as you are wearing that ring and you are attuned to it, it's as though you have the feather fall spell cast on yourself. And
Woohoo!
then
I fall it for an 8th of damage now.
Brielle, you have a ring of evasion.
I didn't
So
know
that
I
has
got one.
3 charges. If you fail a dexterity saving throw, you can expend 1 charge to pass that saving throw instead. And it recovers charges at the beginning of each day. I forget exactly how many.
Cool.
Okay, and
I didn't think I picked a ring.
Was that the hummingbird
Is
ring?
that the hummingbird?
that was the hummingbird ring. Was that?
Yeah,
I picked that one.
Oh, Ichabod. Ichabod, you have a ring of evasion.
I'm a little jealous.
So Ichabod has the ring of evasion. Not Brielle. I must have misheard that.
Did you give it to me? Did you put it in mine? Or did you?
No.
I did not.
I only put a ring in Helen and in Sildar's inventory. So you 3 will have to add these rings to your own inventory.
Okay.
Helen and Sildar, have you read the rings that you have?
Yes, I'm going to ask around at the group and see. Sildar, would it be possible to get you to make me more good berries?
Yes, sure.
All right.
Well, everyone's looking at the rings. Can I go look at the blood and guts of the
And I have a question for you.
giant?
Does that count against my attuned item list?
It does.
All right. I'm going to have to unattune the Mask of Many Faces for this. And I will cast Counterspell into my Glove of Spell Storing.
Ooh, that's a handy one to have around.
So,
And Sildar, you've read yours as well, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, do let me know, probably on Slack. Let me know on Slack if you have any questions about how those rings function. More than happy to help. You can send me a PM. And this is a great place to end because the next room is going to have some stuff going on, and it's probably going to take a good half hour to 45 minutes to make it through.
Because I didn't get a ring, can I go look at the blood and guts of the giant and see if there's anything in his pockets that are useful?
Oh, yes, definitely. Make an investigation check.
Sure.
Helen will use guidance on you.
Oh, thank you.
Add a d4 to it.
Because I got nothing. It wasn't fair. I got my box, but
That is a simulacrum, so.
Plus D4.
plus
D4.
oh, thank you. Plus 18, 19, 20, 21.
Nice.
21. Okay, you find a total of 35 gold pieces throughout his pockets.
I'll take it.
The remains of his pockets.
The remains of his pockets, yes. And, okay, I'm just double checking this here real quick, just to see if there is perhaps. Okay, no, nothing there. I got this. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, make an Arcana check too while you're over there.
Helen is also going to say to Brielle, if when we get a chance, if you could learn that spell scroll that we found, I would
Remove
be much
curse?
obliged. Yes.
The spell scroll?
The
Remove curse.
Remove
Artemiles
curse
would like
spell.
that too.
Yeah, I thought about that last time, but then Animate Dead sounded way cooler. But
yes.
I will
Well,
consider
and
it.
actually, learning remove curse as your level up ability would have been a disadvantage because you have a spell scroll to learn.
Yeah, because you don't need to use it.
Yeah, it'll add the spell
You-
if you
How do you
succeed.
add the spell like automatically?
It will take 6 hours and a fair bit of money. Helen is
But
very willing to help you afford. And
I already gave her 100 gold for it, so she only needs 50 more.
Helen will just straight up give you 50 more gold for it.
Thanks.
And she will mention that this ring is cursed. I can't remove it myself.
Oh.
For now, it actually might serve me. I'm used to feeling hungry. But
So, dumb question. I can't learn that spell until we level up, correct? Or am I
no,
allowed
you can
to
learn
now
it at
because I
any
have the
time.
gold?
It will just take you 6 hours.
Okay, well, I'm going to start that now. If that's cool.
By the way, so you
We
are.
are on a time limit in the dungeon as far
yes.
as the light in the orb went.
Right.
Yeah, so Brielle and Sildar, just so that you're aware with that too, great call out, Artemiles. When you entered the foyer, you noticed that the orbs had grown dimmer. So they were about 2/3 as bright as they had been.
Cool. Okay.
So by the way, so are you proficient in medicine? Brielle?
No. I
Okay.
don't think so.
Make an just a general intelligence check. DC is 15.
Oh, I'm a +2 in medicine. Is that
plus-
Where would you
Plus-
check your proficiencies?
where would I check that?
So if you're +2, you would just add a +2.
Okay. You want me to roll?
Yes.
I'm a little confused what's happening. Okay, cool. 11.
11. So you are aware that I'm going to give you a partial success on this one. You are aware that stone giant hair is actually fairly valuable among stoneworkers and blacksmiths. Often can be used to sand down stone. If you would like to try to harvest some of the stone giant's hair, you can make that attempt.
I think that's disgusting myself, but Brielle would probably think that's real cool. So yeah, she's down.
Okay, and Brielle knows that if she can get a lock of the stone giant's hair, she'll probably be able to sell it for around 30 gold pieces total.
Awesome. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I will search for that.
Okay, so that is a okay. So
All right.
that's a DC 10. Just a general. This one is a general intelligence check. Again.
Peter,
Oh,
question for
my.
you. Do good berries interact with that ring?
Yes. Good berries do
I'll
help.
eat one of them, and that will put me back at full health.
Do I
Dang,
get
good
to
berries
use
are
medicine
nice.
again for that roll?
You get the +2 bonus.
3?
Unfortunately, you're not. There's not much hair on this stone giant's head. You don't think you're able to get enough for it to be valuable.
Boo. Okay, that's okay.
Good try.
Thanks.
I bet you'll find more
Okay.
on the fingertips. On your fingertips.
Yuck. Can I check? Can I double check?
As you look on your fingertips, there are a few very, very tiny little hairs.
Disgusting. Cool.
Wait, I've just created a paradox. Do I see Brielle doing this?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I'm gonna have her put her fingers back into the box
And dust off her fingers.
and bring it down, and I'm gonna try to take the hairs off of the finger.
Ooh,
Yeah, so I
okay,
put my
Matthias,
maybe-
make a medicine check, DC 10.
Okay. Do I get guidance on this,
Something-
Steven? Please? Helen?
Helen will help you. Yes.
Okay.
I can
Alright.
use
And she'll use guidance on you.
Okay.
So,
That is a nat 20.
Okay, you're actually able to you pull some of the hair off of Brielle's fingertips, and looking at it, you see somewhere Brielle hadn't been
Brielle's
looking.
fingertips?
Yes, as she sticks it back into the
stuck 'em in
box.
the box.
And
Oh, okay.
And they're big.
you notice specifically at his armpit, he had some hair there, but you're able to harvest a total of 2 locks of stone giant hair.
Nice.
Those are both worth 30 gold pieces apiece.
Nice.
Okay, now Matthias is gonna get greedy here. And he's going to give one of the locks to Brielle and tell her to put it into the box.
Oh, yeah. I
Interesting
put
idea.
I say that's a really good idea, and I take the hair and I put one of the strands of hair and put it in the box.
That's a good idea. Unfortunately, the hair does not change size.
Oh, dang it. Alright.
Can gold pieces pieces change size? If I
The gold-
my gold pieces,
The gold pieces do
carry
not
them.
change size
They're
either.
that's when I got you. I'm just kidding, but
Well,
it felt like a good.
So, I guess the cogs in Matthias's wheel stops turning. He has a little frown. He's like, "All right."
For
Oh.
helping me, I give him one of the hairs.
Helen walks over to the box and attempts to put a good berry into the box.
Goodberry comes out regular Goodberry size. Doesn't
You're
get
like,
any
"We're
bigger.
done."
Helen looks at that and just says, "Damn," and then puts it back in the box.
It must only be living organic materials.
Well, with that, we're going to call this session to a close. Thanks everybody for watching, and thanks all for playing. Hopefully next week we will have Brielle and Sildar here. Good luck on the move.
We should make it.
If you can't, I know how weird and how many things can go wrong with a move, so no worries.
It's more
But-
like pray our internet guy gets there. Like
Yeah.
between
On
5
time.
and 7, which is
Yeah.
6 and 8 Utah time. So
We'll keep our fingers crossed. Everyone, tune in next week to find out what awaits the party down the staircase in the room with the crashing water. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We will see you next week.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.